All right, welcome. Today we're diving into this really powerful story about what work truly means. It's actually a lesson that was given to a whole auditorium of college students. People trying to figure out that huge question. What am I going to do with my life? Let's get right into it.
So, our story kicks off in a pretty unexpected place, the back of an auto rickshaw, completely stuck in traffic. And the driver, well, he's just venting. You know the feeling? He's complaining about the government, the terrible roads, basically the people in charge.
Now here's the kicker. Guess who's sitting in the back seat listening to all this? It's the state's chief minister. He's on his way to that very same university, and he's getting this totally raw, unfiltered dose of what people are really thinking.
And since the driver has absolutely no idea who he's talking to, he is not holding back. He's laying out all the classic complaints, right? The roads are a mess. The government does nothing. You only see politicians when they want your vote. And nobody listens to the little guy. Sound familiar?
Okay, so let's fast forward. We're in the university hall now. The chief minister is up on stage giving a speech to all these students about their futures, about the amazing careers he hopes they'll have.
He's hitting all the notes you'd expect. He's encouraging them to aim high, become doctors, engineers, IAS officers, all these highly respected professions. He's basically painting the picture of what society traditionally calls success.
And then, out of nowhere, the whole atmosphere changes. A student yells out this question, and he's clearly trying to be a smart aleck, trying to mock him. He shouts, "Sir, will you cut my hair?" The whole room just goes silent. I mean, how do you even respond to that?
But this is where the story gets really good. The chief minister doesn't get angry. He doesn't get defensive. Instead, he takes this moment of total disrespect and turns it into this incredible, profound lesson. He just calmly looks at the student and says, "My father used to do that same work." Boom. With that one sentence, he completely flips the script. He disarms the entire situation and suddenly has the attention of every single person in that hall.
He goes on to explain that this work, being a barber, wasn't just some job. It was the backbone of his family. It was the honest work that put food on their table, 3 times a day, every single day.
And then he makes this direct link. He's basically telling them the reason I'm even standing on this stage, the reason I got an education, is because of the skill and the hard work of my father, the barber.
He talks about the lessons his dad taught him, things you just can't learn in a university. How to find happiness even when things are tough. How to never ever put money before people. And maybe most importantly, he learned about confidence and self-respect, all through watching his father's hard, honest work.
And here's the most powerful part. He tells the students that if his whole political career just vanished tomorrow, he wouldn't be lost, because he has a skill, a trade that his father taught him. And with that skill, he knows he can always earn a living and, more importantly, live with his head held high. That's real, unshakable dignity.
So he takes this incredibly personal story and zooms out, using it to teach a much bigger lesson about what it takes to build a nation and what a truly complete society actually looks like.
He introduces this core idea, the dignity of labor. It's a simple but really profound philosophy that says all honest work has value, all contributions matter, and no job should ever be seen as less than any other.
So what does that really mean? Well, think about it. Of course, a society needs its doctors and its engineers, but it's just as reliant on its taxi drivers, its tailors, and its laborers. Seriously, one part just cannot function without the other.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? A nation isn't just its most glamorous jobs, it's a whole ecosystem. And it's only complete, it's only whole, when every single one of those roles is filled and respected.
All right, so let's bring it all home. Why does this story matter so much? What's the big takeaway for us, no matter what we do for a living?
The ultimate lesson here is that your value, your worth, it's not defined by your degree or the title on your business card. The real measure of who you are is the pride, the honesty, and the care you bring to your work, whatever that work happens to be. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. That chief minister knew he had a skill that gave him dignity, no matter what. So the question for every one of us is this. What is the work, the skill, the passion, the thing you do that allows you to hold your head high?